following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Brother Mike, back on the radio. Welcome to HardcoreChristianity.com. Thanks for tuning into the program. Today's Bible study. Goodbye, America. This thing is really happening. Hey, if you call somebody telling radio programs on, ask them to tune in today. I'll make a couple of announcements while you're making that call. Thanks for your help. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional certified counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. Our website, HardcoreChristianity.com, has all of our ministry services available. We have 2 live services every week, Thursdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. on the Eastern. It's all broadcast live on our YouTube teaching channel, youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. When you go to the website, I hope you'll sign up for one of our free seminars or sign up for one of our Zoom deliverance services. You can also catch the radio programs in archive on the website. Please remember to hit the PayPal button and send us another donation. Thank you for that. And don't forget about Sister Karen. She's on the homepage of the website, ready to list her house for sale. She loves working with born-again Christians, of course. So long, America. Hasta la vista. Guess what, folks? Hell is coming to breakfast in the United States of America. Years and years ago, I was reading through Revelation, and I've read the book several times. And I noticed in Revelation chapter 12, Israel is beaten and is evacuating. Probably in the Jordan or somewhere like that. I don't know. But during the tribulation, Israel is beaten and they are evacuating, as you know. And the Antichrist and the false prophet have risen to power. And I was always, as I was reading that chapter 12, I was thinking to myself, why is Israel evacuating? Why are they leaving? I mean, what happened to America? United States of America was originally founded, as you know, on the King James Bible, essentially. And America has always been Israel's number one supporter in the world. In fact, if there wasn't an America, Israel would have been wiped out decades ago. And God raised up America, I believe, for millions of reasons, but one of them was to provide some security and a buffer for the nation of Israel. And I'm sitting there wondering, if Israel's evacuating in chapter 12, that means that America ain't around anymore. And God revealed it to me. That's correct. America is not there to defend Israel during the tribulation. We are kaput. As you know, the space race started in 1957. The Russians launched Sputnik. Everybody knows that. They launched their first satellite into space, and it started a trend that has been quite literally unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I don't know if you saw this article in the paper. It's literally beyond belief. America is going to be destroyed and taken over, and this isn't a pie in the sky stuff anymore. This is actually happening. It's real. Check this out. On November 16th, 2021, Russia launched a surface-to-air missile into space that destroyed an old spy satellite that wasn't that far from the International Space Station. They blew this old satellite up to test their new equipment of shooting satellites out of space. The satellite exploded into 1,500 separate pieces, and the shrapnel from this explosion came close enough to jeopardize the International Space Station. And when it happened on November 16th, there were two Russian astronauts in the space station at the time it happened. NASA pitched a fit and sent them a bunch of nasty letters, usual stuff, which they ignore. But check this out. Russia is way behind China. China now has missiles capable of destroying satellites at will. These missiles that they have also have laser and jamming technologies capable of blocking satellite communications. Just last month, China raised its anti-satellite capabilities several notches. They launched what they called Shenzhen 21. This was a satellite with a robotic arm that the Chinese claim is used toward cleaning space junk. Well, let me give you some deep insights on that. Do you know what the space junk China's looking at? I'll give you 2 seconds to figure it out. 1, 2, time's up. Satellites of the United States of America. That is their space junk. Okay? A general, U.S. Air Force general named James Dickinson actually came out and said it. They said this robotic arm on these satellites are going to be used for space wars. Can you believe that? Star Wars come to life. I wish Luke was around to save us, because the current administration is certainly not going to do it. China now has in place technology to destroy our satellites. Can you imagine that? Do you have any idea what would happen to the United States if our satellites were destroyed? Take a wild guess. It would literally shut the country down. The electrical grid, the internet, everything crashing. We could do nothing about it. The United States right now, the Space Force that Trump created, does not have the technology to defend against Chinese satellites with these robotic arms capable of dismantling other satellites in space. Are you making this stuff up, Brother Mike? I am not making it up. This is what's going to happen. This is what is happening right now. Well, Brother Mike, don't you have any good news to give us? I sure do. I just gave it to you. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. Here's the bad news. Supersonic missiles. This you're not going to believe. China has developed supersonic, hypersonic speed missiles that travel up to 20 times the speed of sound. China has been conducting hundreds of hypersonic missile tests over the last 5 years. You know how many the United States has done? 9. Supersonic missiles, here's the danger of them. They can be controlled throughout their entire flight. They don't have to be targeted and then fired and hope it lands. They can control them up to 20 times the speed of sound, and no one and nothing can stop them. They can change direction in their flight. They can become undetectable, and they are literally impossible to intercept. The United States Space Force, the military, does not have the capacity to intercept, through their Star Wars program, hypersonic missiles. And the United States is several years away from catching up to China. Russia is even ahead of us in hypersonic missiles. They deployed their first one in 2018. Since then, Russia has developed and deployed space-based hypersonic missiles. You believe this? They're going to be launching these missiles from satellites in space, and nobody can stop them, and no one can detect them. They fly too fast, and conventional radar does not pick it up. Chinese currently, at this moment, already have a first strike system set up that could paralyze, quite literally, the entire country. Israel, in 2021, reached an agreement with the United States to develop what they call the Arrow 4 missile defense program. They're just getting to it. You know what that means? It's already too late. It's already too late. China is going to win. They outsmarted us. They bought us. They paid for our politicians. They put them in their back pocket. They bought up all of our expensive real estate. They stole all of our technology. They built upon our technology. China has already reopened the nuclear arms race, and they have no intention of stopping it. In the meantime, here in America, we're focused on racism and climate change. Our entire country is on the verge of being destroyed by people who hate us, and we are no longer around in Revelation chapter 12 to help the nation of Israel. Israel's greatest friend has always been America. Putin right now has got 100,000 troops on the Ukraine border. It's a distraction. Beijing's moving in on Taiwan. It's a distraction. Listen to me, friends. If you ever decided to turn your life over to the Lord, you were thinking about it over the last few years, you better think a little harder, because reality is catching up to us. Satan is destroying America from the inside, and China and Russia are planning on destroying it from the outside.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.